Well, gentlemen, our time's about done here. Thank you, Kyle, Carl, and Andres was here earlier. Now Mike Dice is in the control chair, but we appreciate all you gentlemen being on the air. And the Old Adventure Ship's right around the corner, which you know what that means. Lots of fun times, lots of riddles. So get those kids by the phone, get them ready, because we're going to have a lot of fun this next half hour during the Captain's Club, our special live edition of the Captain's Club. So stay tuned. We're going to have it in just a few seconds.
This is BBN on WYFQ-FM, Wadesboro, Charlotte.
Trust His word, count me, count me, count me with the children of the heavenly King, count me with the servants who would service bring, count me with the ransom to His praises sing, count me, count me. Who are saved by grace. Count me, who have found in Christ the hiding place. Count me, count me. When you count up those who do the right, count me, count me, who are walking
Ahoy! It's Shareathon! It's time for the Captain's Club! Welcome to the Shareathon Captain's Club. Pick your phone and call. Ahoy! Hey, it's time to call.
All right, it is almost time to call. Welcome. It is the Captain's Club, but it's the Shareathon version of the Captain's Club. Whether you're an old salt, a first-rate matey, a swabby, a true sea dog, welcome aboard the old adventure ship. Now, it'll be a different Captain's Club we have for you today, as it always is during the Shareathon. No Sugar Creek Gang, no Uncle Charlie adventure, but while they're taking a break, we have more time for you to answer the riddles. All right, so if you're ready, then we do have a couple people to introduce today. We have with us Miss Barbara, cryptologic technician and chief anarchy coordinator for the Old Adventure Ship. Are you excited about our time together?
Oh, Mr. Mike, this is my favorite day of the year. I've been waiting and waiting since last spring, and it's finally here. I am ready for the riddles.
All right. Well, she'll be reading the riddle to you and some of your answers when you call, but there is somebody who has to give us the phone number, and that is our other crewmate. That's Mr. Jason, owner of the lofty title of Chief Bilge Pump Operator Second Class. And if you don't want to be Chief Mutiny Encourager, then you might want to remember that, because you do want to someday be first class in your Chief Bilge Pump Operator. So this could be a crucial time for you if you...
That's true, but you know, the mutiny facilitator job, whatever you said, sounds like a lot more fun than bilge pump operator.
Okay.
First or second class.
Can't argue with that.
Second class it is.
All right, but your job will be to help go through the flood of riddles and to give the phone number. Do you want to practice the phone number part?
I've been practicing it all of last week. I think I'm ready. Here we go. 1-800-888-7077.
All right, that is the number that you will call if you think you know the answer to our riddles today. And we have 6 of them, and none of us knows for sure what they will be, but let's see what our first riddle will be.
Well, here is our first riddle. Now, kids, this is tricky. It's our first riddle, so get ready. I think you can do this because you are some smart campers, clubbers, whatever. So here's the first riddle. What do you call a smart duck? What do you call a smart duck? Now, that's tricky.
Well, if you think you know the answer, what do? They
simply call 1-800-888-7077.
I think I heard the phone ring. Why do I keep calling them campers?
I don't know.
They're
the
clubbers.
Clubbers, yes.
Apparently, I've been at camp this weekend. So the clubbers are calling right now. They're ready with a riddle. What do you call a smart duck? Mr. Mike, do you have a guess what that could be?
I do have a guess, but I had another riddle that was like that we could, while they're dialing in, see if you know this one. Maybe you've heard about the duck that crossed the road twice. Do you know what?
I had not heard about the duck that crossed the road twice.
He wanted to prove that he wasn't chicken, so he crossed twice. But that is not the official question. If you think you know the answer, what is the phone number again?
1-800-888-7077.
You are never going to believe this, but David in Knoxville, Tennessee has already called and given us the right answer. David, you were the very first person, but right as you called, Faith in Petersburg, Indiana called and got the right answer too. I can't even believe it, but you know who else called was the Coon Boys. I am so glad they're here today because we wait for them. The Coon Boys have the right answer, and then Joseph from New Iberia, Louisiana has the right answer. Great job, Joseph. And Benjamin from Ramsor, North Carolina, and Susanna from Ohio all got the right answer. We didn't trick anybody here today.
We also had some folks from, looks like, is that Henderson, Virginia, with the right answer? And looks like Nashville checking in with the right answer as well. Here's Peter from Lancaster, South Carolina with the right answer. Daniel from Chesapeake. Oh, awfully close.
Oh, that is so
I don't know if we can give
close.
his
We better
answer.
not tell because it might tell all the other kids what the right answer is.
That's right, but it does look like, another close answer. Jack in Florida.
Oh, great answer, Jack. And then you've got Gianna from North Carolina with the right answer. And then the Mast calling in from South Carolina. Great job. And look at this. Andrew all the way in Wisconsin has called and got the right answer. And Victoria from North Carolina. It is so good to hear from you. You got it right. And so did Madeline from Indiana.
And it also looks like Isaac and Sophie in North Carolina. I'm going to say that's the right answer as well. And it looks like...
Did you see Malachi?
Malachi in Tennessee. And I think we can tell this one.
Yeah, that's so great.
He says you would say he's in Teleduc.
I like that.
Yeah.
Great answer. Malachi. That's not the answer we were looking for, but that is amazing. Great
Excellent answer.
thinking there. What about, we see them coming in, and they're so close.
Yeah, Bethany from Virginia. I'm going to say gets marks on that one. That's
we're
going to
give you credit.
Yeah.
Great job, Bethany. It was so good to hear from you. And we have Matthew from Marietta, South Carolina, and Micah from Marietta, South Carolina.
Also with the right answer.
Always with the right answer there. Let's see, who else do we have coming in here? Mr. Jason, did you want to make a guess?
You know, the riddle is, what do you call a smart duck? You know, I feel like I would be on a first name basis, so I would just call him Bill.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Bill, because he's a duck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Do you have a laugh you can play? Because it's obviously not coming in from you and I.
Cheers.
Maybe I should just stick with give me the phone number.
Hey, maybe the phone number one more time would be good.
Oh, wait a minute. Bogus. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
he
I thought it was funny.
Oh, there's
Thank you,
your
Bogus.
level of
I
laugh right there.
feel better already.
Okay, so should I go ahead and give the answer?
Well, AJ wanted to remind us what the question was.
What do you call a smart duck? That riddle again is, what do you call a smart duck?
All right.
And do you know what the answer is? I can tell you what you call a smart duck. It's a wise quacker.
A wise
it is,
quacker.
yes.
All right. Well, David from Knoxville was the first one to officially get that answer right. So congratulations, David.
Way to go, David. That's amazing. So now that we've practiced, I think we're ready for a tricky one. Mr. Mike, is this
okay.
one new? The second one, is this a new riddle?
It is, as far as I know, we have never used it.
I'm looking forward to this one.
This is a moment in time. Get ready, kids. Here is the riddle. What has a bunch of holes but still holds water? It still holds water. So what could have a bunch of holes and still hold water? What do
that
you
sounds-
think?
If you know the answer, call 1-800-888-7077. 1-800-888-7077. That's the phone number. You call in your answer right now to that very tricky riddle.
You know, it would be wonderful if we finally stumped all the clubbers. Do you think this could happen?
I think so, because I don't hear the phone ringing. So maybe we stumped them. I don't know, Mr. Jason. Maybe you should tell him one more time.
We do have some right answers coming in now, but the phone number is 1-800-888-7077. And it looks like, if I can get the screen back up there, it looks like the first right answer was from Christina in Tennessee.
Wow, Christina, great job. And we thought we were going to trick you. But then I see that John, calling in from Ohio, had the right answer. And Faith in Petersburg, Indiana, absolutely amazing. Christopher in Virginia, we didn't trick you this time. And Joseph from Louisiana, always with the right answer. And then it's so great that Spike from Auburn, Alabama, called and had the exact answer we were looking for. And then Brighton in Hampton, Virginia, and David in Knoxville. Great job, you guys.
We also heard from Vera in Tennessee, and from, it looks like, is that Zanti in Florida? And also, there's Malachi again in Tennessee with the correct answer. Thank you so much for calling again. And then the right answer from Brent in Goose Creek, North Carolina.
Oh, did you hear from the Nibbling
There
kids?
they are.
There
Hey,
they
Nibbling
are.
kids.
Hey, Nibbling kids, you got that answer right. Yet again, great job. And it's Ben and Samantha in Rock Hill. We didn't trick you. That's the answer we were looking for. Great job, Lauren, all the way in Kansas. You got the answer there right, too. And Susanna up in Ohio. That's amazing.
And is that, there we go. There's Melanie and Sophia from Cincinnati with the right answer. Victoria in North Carolina with the right answer. Richard from Raleigh, North Carolina also has the answer that we were looking for, as does Eric from Ohio. And Jeremiah from Athens, Alabama with the right answer. And I believe that's Darlinda from North Carolina with the right answer.
Oh, wow. There's Lori calling from North Carolina. Got the right answer there. Connie in Florida. And then Graham all the way out in Denison, Texas. That's perfect.
I don't see anyone who got anything but the right answer.
Wow.
Nice.
Mr. Mike
see.
might need some help
Okay, here
picking
we go.
riddles.
It looks
I
like
see one.
Okay, yeah. Madeline from Indiana has a good answer, not the one we were looking for. She said a lake.
Ooh,
lake.
I love that. That is a great answer. You were really thinking there. Did you see that Graham, I think I said that one, in Denison, Texas, but then Benjamin in Virginia and Logan all the way in Wichita. I might have already said that. Evan in North Dakota. That's what I was looking for. All the way from North Dakota with the right answer. We're just not tricking anybody, because Catherine in Jacksonville, Florida, and Carol in Columbia, South Carolina, and Christian down in Chesapeake, Virginia, where I grew up, we got the right answer right. Chesapeake, Virginia calls in and gets it right every time. Anita called in, and then Cadence.
Now, Cadence has a different answer.
Okay.
In South Carolina, Cadence says an elephant.
Oh, Cadence.
I
what a-
imagine an elephant could hold a lot of water.
You got that right for sure. And then Hannah down in Alabama. And there's Gideon and Silas in Monroe. Great job. You got the right answer. Bethany in Virginia. And of course, oh, did you see Sophie and Isaac?
I sure do. A bubble gum.
Ah,
Nice. Good answer.
Good
You're thinking there.
answer.
Not the one we're looking for, but a good answer just the same.
And then we've got Caleb in Alabama calling in with the right answer. Mr. Mike, you haven't tricked anyone.
Well, the
I
search
mean-
goes on for the right riddle to
Okay.
finally stump everybody.
That's
but
a
this
fun
was
riddle, though. I
not
like
it.
that one.
Okay, so should we give the answer to that? 'Cause,
Yes,
I
if
mean-
you're, I think is a good idea. Why don't you go ahead and do that?
Okay. What has a bunch of holes but still holds water? Well, that would be a sponge.
That's right.
A sponge. All right. Well, Christina from Tennessee, I think both people now who got in first had Tennessee address.
Tennessee. There you go.
Strong
man.
showing already from Tennessee.
Right. And then Lori from Indian Trail just came in just a little bit late with the answer, but maybe next time she'll come in just a little earlier and she will get counted in the riddle.
Jack from Florida actually had a really good answer as well. He said a bathtub.
Jack,
yeah, you're in the
great
in the ballpark. In
answer.
the ballpark. But sponge was the one we're looking for.
A funny thing happened, Mr. Jason.
What's that?
Mr. Mike was thinking about this riddle, but then he forgot to write it down. So I'll just go ahead and read it to
I'm
you.
glad you wrote
Wow.
that down.
Even though
How do you
he
know what I was
forgot
thinking?
to write it down.
Amazing.
So here's the one Mr. Mike was thinking about and
Oh,
never
okay.
wrote down. When things go wrong, what can you always count on? When things go wrong, what can you always count on? Now, I think the Perry girls out in Albemarle are listening, so I need to know, do they know the right answer? That when things go wrong, what can they always count on?
And if they do know the right answer, they simply have to call 1-800-888-7077. 1-800-888-7077.
Mr. Mike was probably thinking the first thing he could count on was you and I. But
I would
that's
think
not
so.
the answer we were looking for, Mr.
I've
Mike.
learned. That's
Not exactly
That's
what
not-
came to mind at the
no, that
beginning.
wasn't it.
That's so interesting. That's fine. So let's see. Oh my
Oh, wow.
goodness.
We didn't trigger
Already?
with that one either. Oh.
Wow. So here is Christina from Tennessee with our first right answer. But right away, Ben in Tennessee also called. And then Sophie and Isaac in North Carolina, all of them got the right answer. And the Coon Boys out in
They're
Goshen,
back.
Indiana, they are here with the right answer. Who else had the right
Well,
answer?
there's Susanna from Ohio again calling in with the right answer. Also, John from Ohio gets the right answer on that
Yes.
one for sure. And then let's see, it looks like Dante in Spring Hill, Florida with the right answer. Vera in Tennessee. Joseph from Louisiana. Is that Lauren from Kansas?
is.
Yes. And then now Madeline from Indiana has a different answer. You can always count on numbers.
Oh, I love that. I
I do
love
too.
numbers.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Jason and my favorite answer
We're
so
gonna-
far because we love numbers.
We're going to give her an honorable mention on that one.
For sure. The Niblin kids in Charlotte came in with the right answer, and Graham in Texas came in the right answer. And then there's Ben and Abigail down in Rock Hill. Great job. And Samantha, Gideon and Silas. Oh, did you see what Gideon and Silas said, Mr. Jason?
I'm looking for Gideon and though they're there. Oh, you can always count on God.
That's
That's true.
the truth.
That's true.
That is the truth
You know,
answer right there.
that's right. We can't even say we weren't looking for that answer because that's
Right.
Yeah,
that would be the
that's
truth.
A good, that's a
that
good answer.
brought us all back to focus. So, but Daniel from Chesapeake was thinking more like Miss Barber was, I got to be honest. And then Aaron in Cincinnati and Asher in Alabama.
Aaron also said numbers.
Oh.
Yes.
Aaron, great job. Sorry, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
That's the great answer, not the one we were thinking, but that is amazing. And then Christian in Chesapeake, and then Victoria way out in Midland.
It also looks like Evan in North Dakota says you can always count on the Bible.
Ooh.
Another good answer.
Very good.
Malachi in Knoxville gave us the answer we were looking for. And then let's see.
It says here that Cece down in Marietta, South Carolina, called with
Yeah.
the right answer. That
Good job.
was
Thank you,
excellent.
Cece.
Thank you, Cece. And then Greg from Alabama and Bethany in Virginia. Good night, Mr. Mike. It's hard to trick these kids.
It is almost impossible.
It is almost. Now, Jonathan down in Florida was thinking time. You can always count on time.
Okay.
So, but that's not the one we were looking for, even though that is a very, very, very good thought. So, should I tell him what you were
Well,
thinking on that?
Bogus is anxious to answer this one.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. So
Well,
let's
let's hear
see
what
if
Bogus
he's
has to
let's
say.
see if he's got it right.
Wow,
So,
that was close.
I-
that was so close.
It was really close.
that was about as close as Mr. Mike's answer.
Yeah.
So that's very close. So when things go wrong, what can you always count on? Well, you can count on your sugar.
That is right. And again from Tennessee, Christina and Ben will call it a tie as to the first right answer to get in. Whew. Wow, Tennessee is really doing well
They
today.
really are.
So here we go, kids. I'm going to give you one that I think a lot of you are going to get. It's Mr. Mike's riddle, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. And this, it really is Mr. Mike's riddle, just for the record. But I'm telling you, get ready. The phones are going to go crazy. Here's the riddle. Where do sheep get their haircut? Where do sheep get their haircut? Now,
That's a
we
goodie.
have a special guest in the studio today. Sometimes
No.
the kids actually come to the studio, and we have Matthew down here from Marietta, South Carolina. Matthew, do you know the phone number the kids should call? If you know that phone number, can you tell us what it is right here?
The phone number is 1-800-888-7077.
That is so right. We're going to have to
Yeah.
consider replacing
I know.
our usual phone number guy.
I tell you, I feel like my job's in jeopardy here.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Jason, you might want to just pass your microphone over. Matthew did an amazing job.
That was better than I could do.
I agree with that. It's so great when kids stop by here and come to the studio. But while Matthew was giving the phone number, guess what happened?
Well, a lot of right answers have been flying in.
They liked hearing Matthew say the phone number, and now we've got a ton of right answers. But our very first one was,
Looks like Levi from Graham. I would assume Graham, North Carolina.
man, and right as they hung up, we got the Coon Boys in from Goshen, Indiana, and then Joseph in New Iberia, Louisiana, and then Joshua in West Salem, and then Madeline in Indiana. Boy, you are doing amazing today.
And that's the answer we were looking for. And there's Christina from Tennessee. Not quite as quickly as before, but she got in there toward the top with the right answer as well. And then the Davis kids from Alabama also with the right answer. There's Levi from Harrisburg, North Carolina with the right answer. John from Ohio. David from Knoxville. It looks like Lance also has the right answer there. And there's the Niblin kids again with the answer we were looking for. Good job, guys.
And did you see the answer that from Florida? I'm going to let
Yes.
you give, or is that too
That's close. That's too close.
Okay, we
I
can't tell
would-
that,
yeah,
but
I'd
you
give it
are
away.
so close. We're counting that as the right answer.
Absolutely.
If it was going to be a mistake, I'd rather Mr. Jason make it. So I
Chances are
divert to
good.
him.
Chances are good. I would anyway.
Remember we had that term, pulling a Jason?
Pulling a
Pulling
Jason,
a Jason,
yes.
pulling a Jason. But you know what? Nathaniel in Tennessee was not bothered even slightly. He got the right answer. And Christopher up in Floyd, Virginia. And then Malachi in Knoxville, another right answer. Logan in Wichita, Kansas. And Christian over in Chesapeake. And let's hear Tyler in North Carolina. Great job. You guys are amazing.
Kia in Knoxville, Tennessee had the right answer also. Dante in Spring Hill, Florida has the answer we were looking for. Isaac and Sophie in North Carolina. Is that Hannah? Hannah from Alabama. It's good to hear from Hannah.
I like the answer.
Yes.
It's so close we can't say because you've got it.
Yes.
But
And
great
then,
answer.
and there's Ben and Abigail from Rock Hill with the right answer as well.
Yeah, Daniel from Chesapeake also called, and then in Brighton, Virginia, and Benaiah in North Carolina. Great job, Benaiah. It's so good to hear from you, and you got the riddle right, just like Joy in San Antonio, Texas did. Jamie and the family in Gainesville, Florida. Way to go, you guys. That is perfect.
And then looks like Victoria from Midland, North Carolina. Peter from Lancaster, South Carolina. And then it looks like Jason from Indiana has the correct answer as well. And so does, is that Silas?
I think it's Silas down in
In
Monroe, North
yep.
Carolina.
Mhm. And then Fancy Gap, Virginia. That's Ellen from Fancy Gap has the correct answer as well. And there are the Miller kids again with the correct answer.
Great job. Ava in Indiana, it's so good to hear from you. Way to go. You got the right answer, and so did Susanna from Ohio and Ruth down in Florida. Thanks for calling, Ruth. And Benjamin in Tennessee, way to go. That's perfect. And Jeremiah from Athens, Alabama.
Hey, and there's Ella from Waxhaw.
Ella from Hacksaw got the right answer. Great job, Ella. And then, did you see that Ben called from Greensboro, North Carolina? He is a veteran, and he is 80 years old. And you know what, Mr. Mike, you didn't trick him either. You just aren't tricking anybody here.
It's hard to trick Ben.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. He's got a life of experience. You would
Yes.
never trick Mr. Ben.
No.
That's for sure. And then Elisa from Alabama, and then Jay in Petersburg, Indiana, and then Jonathan in Florida. Great job, Mr. Mike.
All right. Well, Kayla's going to remind us of the question.
Where do sheep get their hair cut?
All right. So, what is the answer?
Mr. Jason is going to give the answer to that.
You always let me give the answer, and I love giving the answer to this one. It's so much fun. They get their haircut at the Baba shop.
That is right. And Levi, you were first to get in with the right answer.
Nice job, Levi.
Well, we are already running out of time. We better hurry up and get to the next riddle.
Goodness. Mr. Jason, which riddle shall we do? What do you think? What's running through your mind?
Well, I've got one if you're looking for one.
Well, and Mr. Mike said, I hope Mr. Jason brings a riddle to the program today. And he did,
I
Mr.
did.
Mike. This is
I did.
awesome.
We have another new one.
Yes.
Don't forget that.
Oh, well, that's true, but mine's new too.
All right.
You hadn't heard new yet, buddy. Go ahead, Mr. Jason. I can't wait.
This is what I think the kids may know, but maybe not. What kind of birds stick together? What kind of birds stick together?
All right, so since Mr. Jason gave the riddle, we're going to let Matthew one more time give the phone number for us here. What's the phone number?
1-800-888-7077.
Nicely done.
That's right. That's the phone number, 1-800-888-7077. I mean, Mr. Mike, would you like to take a guess at the riddle?
Oh, I have to think about that.
Your excitement is overwhelming. I mean, that is... Oh,
we're
man.
getting some
Remind me what
answers. Look at this.
Remind me what the question was again.
The question was, what kind of birds stick
that's
together?
Right. Okay.
What kind of birds
Now, Caleb
stick together?
Caleb from Alabama was the first with an answer. It's not the one we were looking for, but I love this answer. Caleb from Alabama said a glue jay.
Well,
that's
that's
a good
close.
one.
That is
That's close.
amazing.
Yeah.
Caleb, great job. And do you know what? I was thinking the answer was, I was agreeing with Aaron from Cincinnati. I was thinking birds of a feather stick together.
They do. Birds of a feather flock together. But this is what kind of birds stick together?
Again, Aaron and Barbara, Aaron from Cincinnati and Barbara from Charlotte, we're thinking birds of a feather
Good answer.
stick
Good
together.
answer, though, but not the one we were looking for. I saw the correct answer, the one we were looking for, as I'm scrolling through here.
Was
Let me get back to it. It looks like
The Niblin kids are right on with Miss Barbara, thinking that birds of a feather.
but it
stick
looks like
together.
the first correct answer that I see was Cyrus in Monroe, North Carolina.
Cyrus in Monroe, North Carolina. Now, here's the problem. Miss Barbara doesn't know a right answer from a wrong answer because I don't remember the answer.
I haven't
So-
seen it either. I'm afraid to guess. Because
Right. You
I
could
don't
ruin
know.
the whole program, Mr. Mike, right in
We'd
one
have to
fell
shut
swoop.
down the old adventure ship.
So, okay, so here's what I'm thinking is that we know birds of a feather with me. I see Grant. I believe Grant has the answer you were
Yes.
looking for.
Yep.
And then Levi in Texas is
I'm not sure what the answer was there.
see, this is tricky because we've got a new riddle. But Logan in Wichita, Kansas, was thinking it was a bluebird or a gluebird.
Right.
So, and then Ezekiel in Florida was back with Miss Barbara with birds of a feather. So we were wrong. But Evan in North Dakota was thinking gluebird. Also, there's our Cyrus. He's right. And then Grant from Alabama, thinking like Miss Barbara, and that's not always good, but that's a great answer in my book.
Victoria in Midland, North Carolina has the right answer. Thank you so much for that. Natalie in Indiana said a honeybird.
Ooh, I love
They
that.
would be sticky for sure. Joy in San Antonio, Texas, looks like has the correct answer as well. Ruth in Florida is on your team with birds of a feather.
Great job, Ruth.
Malachi suggested a lovebird. Lovebirds would stick together. That does make sense. And then let's see. It looks like
I've got Richard from Raleigh and Daniel from Chesapeake. They're with me on this. We're going to say the right answer is birds of a feather. I like that one.
well, Andrew from Alabama would beg to differ. He's got the answer I was looking for.
Okay.
And then let's see. It also looks like Christian from Chesapeake has the correct answer as well, and so does Anna from Alabama. And Tommy from Nashville, Tennessee.
Dan in Ohio is thinking birds of a feather. Benjamin in Virginia is thinking birds of a feather. Lori from Indian Trail was thinking birds of a feather. Ben in South Carolina. And then we've got another bluebird. That's such a great answer from John in North Carolina. I would have never thought of that, but that is such a great answer.
And the Coon Boys in Goshen, Indiana suggested lovebirds.
Oh, I love that. Let's see here. Did you see what Ian in Knoxville was thinking? He was thinking a cardinal. That's one of my
Okay.
favorite birds. I
Oh.
love that. And Dennis in North Carolina was thinking a flock of geese. And that is true. If you see birds sticking together, they're a flock of geese.
Well, Christina from Tennessee had the correct answer, and so did Benaiah in North Carolina. Good job, Benaiah.
Benaiah, great
Smart
job.
boy.
Yeah, indeed.
There are so many amazing. We heard from Silas in North Carolina, and then we heard. I don't know if you mentioned Lauren up in Harrisburg, North Carolina. That's just not too far from here. Great job.
Benjamin in North Carolina also said gluebird. Not the answer we were looking for, but a good answer just the same.
Man, these kids are amazing. So I love that it's almost time to end the program, and nobody even shows up, knowing that we really won't end it at 4:30. So
They've
we can
learned
just
the
keep
ways.
yeah, we
They've
can
learned
just
the ways.
keep on
Adventure ship.
going since
I-
there's no one here.
I would have said gluebird too, but apparently we are not right. All
No.
are gluebirds.
If the
All right.
bluebirds aren't right, the birds of a feather are over here with me, and we're not right.
Are you
so-
ready? Are you ready for the
All
correct
right,
I
answer?
Mr.
suppose I am.
Jason.
What kind of birds stick together? Velcros.
Velcros.
Velcros stick
Okay, well, Cyrus and Monroe was thinking like you. Now, is that a good thing? Miss
I
Farmer?
mean, Cyrus, that you know what? You got
Well
the
done.
answer right, so
Well
that is a
done.
very good thing. Not like me, but so I
All
mean,
right, well, it's already 1.5 minutes late, so
Oopsie.
what are we going to do a sixth riddle
I
after
think
all?
I mean since.
Okay.
All right, kids, listen.
We can
Listen.
squeeze one more in here.
We gotta hurry though, because we're not even supposed to do another one, but we're gonna sneak one more in here. Just hurry, hurry, hurry. Call fast. Are you ready? So Mr. Mike said, he asked me right when I was coming in here, he said, "Hey, do you know what has hands but cannot clap? Do you know what has hands but cannot clap?" And I said, "Mr. Mike, I don't know." He said, "It's a riddle. It's my favorite riddle." Yeah, I know you don't remember
I
saying
don't
any
remember
of that.
any of that
I
conversation.
know, Mr. Mike, that's so crazy.
It was right before you said, I hope all the clubbers will call 1-800-888-7077 and share the correct answer.
Still doesn't sound familiar. to
That's
me.
so
No.
crazy. Well, Mr. Mike, it's okay. You'll remember in a minute.
Well,
So,
there we
Mr. Mike
go.
wants to know if what has hands but cannot clap? What has hands but cannot clap? And just like that, because we aren't even supposed to be on here with riddles still, but we ask one more, and before we could even hardly get it out, John from Ohio, you got it.
You got
the
it.
right answer. Great job. And Grant from North Carolina, and Christopher in Virginia, Tyler over in Hull River, North Carolina. That's exactly what we were looking for. And Dante in Florida, and Benjamin in North Carolina. That's the answer.
Dale in Florida has the right answer. Gianna in North Carolina also has the right answer. The Coon Boys in Goshen also with the right answer. We didn't trick anybody with this. Elizabeth in Burlington and Susanna from Ohio. Also Lauren from Wichita and Graham and Levi from Denison, Texas. They all have the right answer.
Well, Matthias in Knoxville, he knew exactly what we were
Yep.
looking for. And Beverly from Nashville, and Christina from Tennessee. And then Jaden, way up in West Salem, Ohio, called in and had the exact answer we were looking for. And Jason in Indiana, Mr. Jason, here's another Jason who always
Yes.
gets the riddles
The
right.
right one. Mhm.
And then Gideon and Silas from Monroe, North Carolina called.
And then Aaron in Cincinnati, Madeline in Indiana, Eliza in Alabama, Levi in Harrisburg, North Carolina, Ben in South Carolina, and then Tom in Nashville, Christian in Chesapeake, all with the right answer.
This is crazy. And Joy, way Joy out in San Antonio, Texas. We didn't trick her. And then Ruth down in Florida. And of course, Sophie and Isaac in North Carolina got it right. And Johnny, Mr. Mike, you should have asked me a harder riddle because this one's so simple for some reason.
I still don't remember
That's
that
so
conversation.
odd. That's so odd. But
don't
guess
know why
what? Chad in North Carolina, you didn't trick him. And Bethany in Virginia and Caleb in North Carolina. It's so great hearing from you, Caleb, as well as Nathaniel in Tennessee.
And Katie in South Carolina, Stephanie, and then Lisa in Pennsylvania, Ben in Auburn, Alabama, Hannah in Alabama, Walker from North Carolina has the right answer. Howard from Midlothian, and then Naomi. Is that Naomi from Florida?
It is.
Yes, look at that.
It is.
And the Miller children from Indiana also have the right answer.
Wow, Victoria over in Midland, great job. And then in Goshen, Indiana, we heard from the kids there. They got the right answer too. And Bruce in Phoenix, Arizona, and Angel in San Antonio, and Stephen in Virginia. And guess what? Andrew in Smithfield, Virginia, and Donna in Louisiana got the right answer. Mr. Mike, next time, give me a little bit of harder question because this one was
I had another
clear.
one, but okay.
That's so odd.
Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow.
There's
Yes.
always
And
tomorrow.
I find it a bit ironic that this is the riddle we finish with.
Yeah, since it's 5 past, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
So let me tell you, kids, I don't even need to tell you because you got Mr. Mike's riddle so easily. So let me tell you, you know what has hands but cannot clap? Well, that would be a clock.
Which we completely ignore on the Captain's Club.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But John from Ohio was the one who knew that and knew it early on.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done indeed. Well, I think we can probably come back tomorrow. You know, will they let us come back?
Definitely.
They haven't thrown us out yet.
Not yet. Well, sadly, we are out of time for riddles today, but join us again tomorrow. More riddles. Nobody knows what they will be, but be sure to join us. Anything else we should say before we go?
Bye-bye.
The Captain's Club is a radio presentation of the Bible Broadcasting Network.
BBN on WYFQ FM Wadesboro, Charlotte.
When you count the ones who love the Lord, count me, count me. When you count up those who trust His word, count me, count me. Count me with the children of the heavenly King. Count me with the servants who would serve as